want to take a second to tell people that it's going to be okay. Um, Man, I've seen in the past couple of days, I've seen Dr. Amen, who has gone as hardcore medical as you could possibly. Now, he's a medical doctor to start with, so let's take that into account. Um, but the dude is just massive amounts of fear, like and absurdity. And I keep seeing he first said that if you smoke cannabis, you smoke pot, that it destroys all the gray matter in your brain. Which, I mean, I don't see how you could even possibly make that assumption. You look at Joe Rogan, you look at all the guys who've been consuming cannabis for mass quantities for a long, long time, still alive, still doing fine. Look at Joe Rogan again. Like the easiest, look at Joe Rogan and be like, do you think that he has cognitive function? Do you think his brain works? Yeah, smoking pot a long time, so that's absurd. The new thing, people are like, oh, coffee is going to kill you. Caffeine's the worst thing in the world. Take a breath. I've read a report, chocolate's not good for you. It's terrible for you. Again, take a breath. Most of this stuff is they found one thing where it's not super positive and they're harping on it because what they're trying to do is they're trying to scare everybody and they're trying to get everybody, oh no, this thing I like to eat is killing me. I better either stop eating it or read this article so I know how bad it's killing me. Take a breath. Things are fine. What you have to kind of understand is that some of this stuff, coffee is a good example. It's not that it's killing you, it's just depleting different minerals. All right. If you like coffee, keep drinking it, replace the minerals, and you're fine. In fact, most of the time, you're going to be better because now you're cognizant of what you're taking. So, a lot of life is buffering what's coming in, what's going out. One of the things I tell people all the time is, let's face kind of the realities of life. You're going to die. One day, you're going to die. Whether you're 1,000 years old or it's tomorrow, you're going to die. And you shouldn't be afraid of it. It's one of those things that, especially if you have faith and you understand what's going on, you understand that, this part of life is temporary. We've been told that for our entire lives, it's temporary, and that after this, there's more. This is just a staging ground. It's a learning to be and learning to do. So do that, but enjoy your life. If it's one of those things where if you like chocolate, fantastic. You can have some. Work it into your schedule, work it into your macros, work it into your stuff. You'll be fine. If you like red wine, fantastic. Have some. If you're a whiskey guy, have some whiskey. Enjoy your life. Just balance it out. If you're gonna do stuff, you're gonna drink a lot of whiskey, take care of your liver a little bit more. Don't eat polyunsaturated fatty acids or those seed oils. Eat more, beef fat, and you'll be a lot better off. Feed your liver. Make sure that you're resting. The big thing is that, if you're enjoying your life and you're sucking, all the greatness out of every day and you live to be 65, instead of 90, but you didn't have any fun the entire 90 years, you didn't enjoy it. Why do you want to live longer? Why do you want to live longer if you're going to hate every day? Now, this isn't the excuse of, I'll just go smoke crack now. Not where we're going with this, but what we're trying to do is, what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of things that everybody's being told, this is deadly, this is terrible, this is horrible. The general premise that I usually try to keep for me and for my patients is, one, if it's a natural function, your body's fine. Two, quit listening to all the medical doctors for every single thing they say about health and wellness. If it's emergency stuff, listen to them. They're great at that. If it's about surgery, listen to that. They're pretty solid at that. Some of the surgical stuff is amazing. Every single thing that medical doctors have told you about longevity and long life and wellness and health has 100% been wrong. All of it. Like, especially the last couple of years, last 20 years. They told you eggs are terrible for you. Eggs are fantastic for you. Saturated fat's terrible. Your body's made of saturated fat. You have to have it for your lungs, for your brain, for everything. They told you cholesterol is killing you. It's causing all the heart attacks. Take our drugs. Cholesterol is not killing you. The amount of cholesterol in your blood has no bearing on cardiovascular health. Your sugar intake and your dental hygiene and your sleep apnea are the major factors for arterial plaquing. We've known this for a long time, but that doesn't, you cutting back on sugar and you getting a CPAP doesn't make the medical system money. Like, you have to understand, you being sick is what makes them money. So their advice is going to make you sick. because they want to make money. They don't care about your health. They told you opioids, as long as you bought it from them, were totally fine. They told you masks were going to stop viruses. They told you vaccines. I've never heard anybody ever, and they're still pushing the COVID vaccine. So take a breath and just be real. Like, oh, does this food come from nature? You can probably eat it. Was this thing up and moving around? Research we have on eating meat is spectacular. And when I say research, I mean, look at the last 10,000 years. We were much healthier when we were eating animal products and fruits and vegetables. When man starts getting involved and starts making things, that's when stuff goes sideways. So the less man messes with it, the better it is for you. So, keep these general premises in mind and be like, okay, am I eating a diet that is entirely from nature? And here's the thing, like we talk about, people are out there talking about how bad fructose is for you. Like all of a sudden fruit's the problem, like fruit's killing you. Like fruit's horrible for your liver. It's not at all bad for your liver. Allulose, dates are fantastic. You're not going to be in ketosis if you're eating a lot of pineapple and a lot of watermelon, but it's not going to kill you. It's not going to do the damage to you that these processed foods are doing. So very simply, get some water in, eat foods that you could find around you that like naturally would grow. If it grows and walks, you're good. Obviously we've got some questions about like what's in your meat because they fill it with poisons, injections or sprays or whatever. That's problematic. But again, that meat is not of nature. That meat is modified by man. So if they're injecting hormones into it, if they're injecting vaccines into it, if they're doing that type of stuff, again, that violates the rule of how much did man mess with it. So, you just kind of look there, get out and move, get sweaty, get your heart rate up for 20 or 30 minutes. Don't really care how. You're going to be fine. Don't do the obvious things. Smoking anything into your lungs is probably bad for you. So keep that in mind and try to figure out how to calm your mind, how to move away from stress and towards the things that bring you joy and, that type of stuff. You're going to be fine. Like no matter what you want to do, no matter what you want to eat, no matter what you enjoy, if you look it up online, you can find somebody trying to, build fear and sell through fear that thing is terrible. You're going to find that all over. And, okay. So just take a breath. There's a lot of these things that you can add into your life that, especially the natural stuff, even alcohol. Like, not a big fan of alcohol. Don't see a huge benefit from it. If you enjoy it, if you drive, pleasure and benefit from it, take some tomorrow effects. Don't have your hangovers. Feed your liver a little bit more. Like I said, try to cut out the polyunsaturated fatty acids because the big issue we see with alcohol is when it mixes with polyunsaturated fatty acids, the seed oils, those sort of things, those high omega-6s. That's when we see damage. But again, polyunsaturated fatty acids, the seed oils, are created by man. They're highly processed, and that's what we do. So again, if you're going with the first rule of get what man has done to stuff out, then you're already ahead of the game. If you're moving a little bit, you're drinking your water, you're getting your sleep, just doing those things without taking supplements, without doing anything crazy, without cold plunges or saunas or hyperbaric or any of the other things, you're going to be a lot better off. You don't have to fool your body with NAD and eat real food, get some sunshine, make sure you're sleeping, make sure you're exercising to the point where your heart rate's up for 20 or 30 minutes. It doesn't have to be super high. If it's, if your heart rate's normally 65 and it gets to 120, 130, you're good. Like, brisk walks, work out, lift some weights. There's all sorts of things you can stack up from there, but that's really what it takes to be healthy. There's a guy who came in, this is funny. New research shows that it's not the sitting that's bothering us, it's the staying sitting. Yeah, if you sit for 15 minutes and stand up and walk around and come back and sit for 15 minutes and stand up and walk around, you're good. But it's the long-term sitting. So just move. Like there's a lot of things that people get vapor locked because I talk to people and they're like, I just don't know where to go. Cool. Start here. Eliminate all the processed food, like just this one thing until you get it mastered. Spend a week, 6 weeks, 2 months, whatever it is, and just eliminate as much of the processing out of your foods as you can. The easy way, if you read it and there's words you don't understand, get rid of it. You know, there's things in the store. If it comes in a box or a bag, probably not what you're wanting to do. If you want cookies and stuff, make them. And the cool thing about that is that if you make them with any of the sugar replacements, stevia, monk fruit, erythritol, you know, allulose, those things, it's even better for you because again, sugar is highly processed. So one of these things, just take a breath. I'm talking to people every day who are freaking out, like, oh, they're freaking out with their kids, freaking about them. Get the stuff man has made out of your body, out of your food. You'll be much better off. Move around a little bit. You'll be doing much better off. We can all talk about how to put the fine edge on the knife and how to go from 80% health to 100, but from 0 to 80, that's all you got to focus on is, am I eating real food? Is my heart getting up? Am I moving around? Am I sweating? Is the blood flowing faster and harder? Is that going on? Am I sleeping? Am I getting in some water? You're gonna be pretty good. So that's the place to start. If we want to be like, okay, well, we got to make sure our D3 and our B vitamins and our minerals, yeah, great. But you know what? If you start with those things, if you start with the, no processed foods, real foods, exercise, sleep, try to work on your stress so that you shift away from the things that are stressing you out and you shift more towards the things that bring you joy, you will be substantially healthier just in that. And we can talk about all the other supplements and all the other hormones and all the other things, but if that's your base, you're going to be wildly healthier than the vast majority of other people. So take a breath. You don't have to give up all the things you enjoy. Just relax. Like we're going to get all through this. You'll get there. And the big thing is if you want to integrate these things in your life, work with somebody who understands the chemistry, work with somebody who's going to help you kind of get where you need to go, to make sure that you can add the things in that you want and still look the way you want, feel the way you want, and those sort of things. Don't sacrifice everything you enjoy just a little bit longer. And then you're like, oh, great, I lived an extra 15 years and I don't do anything I enjoy. So, all right, that's all I wanted to say, because I keep seeing this stuff in my feed, see all this negativity about everything's going to kill you and everything's horrible. And new research shows that chocolate's terrible and caffeine's terrible and coffee's going to kill you and eggs are still bad. And, if you don't read these things and do these things, you're going to die tomorrow. Nope. So, take a breath. You'll be fine. If you guys have any other questions, hit us up, questions@chalmerswellness.com, or you can drop us a DM, that type of thing. But you can get through it. You can add the things in your life that you want. There's a way to get it done. Just take a breath. You can make it. Have a fantastic day.